If we take a look at the past 10 years of pet food recalls, we'll see that kibble is responsible for 66% of all recalls. Hey friends, it's Jess and Jericho, and the biggest objection to raw is bacteria. Even the CDC advises against feeding raw food to pets due to the possible risk of germ contamination. But then if you scroll down on the very same page that warns against feeding raw for germs, it says, do dry and canned foods contain these germs? And it says, yes, it can. So it's very strange to me that the CDC advises specifically against feeding raw because of the contamination of germs, potential contamination of germs. But then on the very same page, they say that dry and canned food can contain these germs. So why would they advise against feeding one type of food but not advise against feeding the other two types of food? But regardless of which type of food we feed, the risks are there. It all comes down to how we source and how we handle the foods. For example, many of these salmonellosis outbreaks are linked to poor human hygiene. For example, there was an investigation during a 3-year period, 2006, 2007, and 2008. There was a large outbreak of salmonella cases, specifically with young children. They found that dry pet food was linked to human illnesses, and as a result, the manufacturing plant recalled 23,000 tons of pet food. The study doesn't say the manufacturing company's name or the brand. They just say manufacturing plant X. Then an additional outbreak of salmonella happened in 2008 that led to 105 dry pet food recalls, and eventually that led to the manufacturing plant permanently closing. If we take a look at the past 10 years of pet food recalls, we'll see that kibble is responsible for 66% of all recalls, canned is 32%, and raw is 0.6%. Pathogenic bacteria is the reason for almost half of the recalls over the last 10 years. There were just under 160 billion pounds of pet food recalls due to pathogenic bacteria. That's billion with a B. 98% of those recalls were kibble, so that equals to about 156 billion pounds of kibble, and 1.2% of those recalls were raw, which equals to around 2 million pounds. So 156 billion pounds compared to 2 million pounds. 2 million is still a lot, but when you compare it to 156 billion, it's not that much. In 2021 in the US, there were several pet food recalls due to potential salmonella contamination risk. Midwestern Pet Foods recalled 140 lots of dry pet foods. Meow Mix recalled 2 lots of dry cat food. Natural Balance recalled 2 lots of dry cat food as well. And Bravo, a raw pet food company, recalled 9 raw dog food products. So just last year alone, we have 3 different kibble manufacturing companies that recalled hundreds of products, and 1 raw pet food company that recalled 9 products. According to a 2021 survey among 5,611 raw feeding owners from 62 different countries, 99.45% were not considered to have experienced potential transmission of foodborne pathogens. Additionally, 77.1% of households feeding only raw diets had no confirmed cases of pathogen transmission or infection by laboratory testing, and only 31 households, which is equal to 0.55%, being identified as potential causes of transmission, and only 31 households, which is equal to 0.55%, being identified as potential cases of transmission. There was another survey in 2019 among raw feeding pet owners. They received responses from 16,475 households from 81 countries, and only 39 households, which is equal to 0.24%, reported having been contaminated by pet food and were also able to name the pathogen. However, the meat fed to pets had been analyzed in only 3 of those households, which is equal to 0.02%, identifying the same pathogen as found in the samples taken from the infected individuals. As well as the 39 households above, 24 households, 0.15%, reported a contamination from pet food without being able to name the pathogen causing the symptoms. So in total, 99.6% of the households feeding raw pet food to their pets did not report any pathogen transmission from the pet food to themselves. So again, it all comes down to how you source and handle the food. And if you're ready to feed your cat better, check out this playlist right over Meow. It contains everything you need to know to upgrade your cat's food to whatever situation works best for you. Thanks for watching.